Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Stay in your own silence. Remember that you are nothing, and this remembrance should stay with you all the time. Thoughts or no thoughts don't affect nothing. They only affect something or somebody, not nobody. All the letters are posted to an empty home. But if you start opening these letters, that means you are there. So the whole practice is not to touch any thought. Don't divide thoughts as good thoughts and bad thoughts, useful thoughts and unnecessary thoughts. When you reject all thoughts, another domain dawns on you. Intuition, power of discretion, wisdom, all coming from your internal grace. Source of everything. We need to break this habit of engaging with thoughts, because it's our belief that the mind, intellect, our ego is to protect us. And that's not wrong. This is to protect us as ego, us as individual, us as personal identity. But it is useless if you stay like awareness. From morning till night, staying impersonal as awareness. You don't need those thoughts. These thoughts are internal gossiping. Gossip is not with someone else. First it starts internally, and then you find a person to talk about others. All the time these internal thoughts going as a running commentary, liking, disliking, judging, being critical of situations, arguing within you, makes you a person, creates an identity, religious, cultural, ethnic, social. It divides you, subdivides you in so many categories. But if you are an empty space, pure awareness, nothingness, you don't need mind. Day to day of these thoughts are of no value. They are coming from learned behavior, from classroom to your home, to the surrounding. But for pure awareness, you are nothing. All these thoughts are there because of our own attachment to different things. Some people think they are not attached to anything, and thoughts are still coming and attacking them, and they can feel that suffering. It's not true. You can do a simple test to check internally. Close your eyes and stay as awareness, as a pure witness, without the body, without the mind, unattached, untainted. Now let the death come and ask you to step out of this body. Are you willing to step out right now? Without even taking a pause or thinking about anything? Or are you asking for some more time from death? Maybe a few minutes, or a day, or a month, or few years, or 20 years. This question will tell you the answer within. Whether you have still some attachment left, or you are ready to step out of this body. Look within, and you will get all the answers. If the death wants to come after 10 years or 20 years, you're not there waiting for death, or you're not eager to die. You should be happy in both circumstances, with or without body. You will not gather any karma if you stay as a pure witness, even if you kill someone. When I say if you, means your body, because there is no doership. And also, on the other hand, you can't claim any credit to any good deeds. So your account stays zero. When your account book is on zero, then how can you come back? You can only come back when it's positive or negative. As pure awareness, as witness to everything, your account book will stay zero. Whether you stay in this body or leave doesn't matter. And the previous accounts are being settled in this body right now. And this body will leave the moment all previous accounts come to zero, whether negative or positive. And because you are staying like a pure witness, as a non-doer, it will stay zero. It is so beautiful, this zero. In zero, you become everything. You leave this costume, leave this role, and you become all-pervading awareness. From finite body, you become infinite. This is the power of zero. Don't touch anything. Keep your account balance zero. Na kahu se dosti, na kahu se bair. You have no friends, no enemies. No favoritism, no nepotism. No hate. No purpose. No promotion. No missionary zeal to promote anything. Nothing. Keep your account balance zero. Stay uninvolved. Stay as zero. Uninvolved is always zero. Nothing in this world is right or wrong. Everything is perfect as it has to be. Remember this always. Don't be an advocate of anything. Vegetarianism, No alcohol, no smoking, no sex, no indulgence. All this is crap. You do or you don't do, others do it or don't do, who cares? It's none of your business what others are doing. And this can only come to you when it's none of your business what your mind and body is doing. Till you are attached to your mind and body, you will be commenting on others' actions as well. Detach from your body mind, and automatically you will detach from all the gossip about others. Everything starts from this I, ego. When there is no ego, there is no attachment to the body mind. Your story and everyone's story drops. You are nothing. And stay as that. Always in your own joy. Contented and happy. Nothing to accomplish. Things happen or don't happen. Who cares? Stay in this nothingness for 1 second. Drop everything. Surrender to nothingness. And what would you surrender? Your ego? Filthy and smelling stuff? Who wants it? You have to surrender the worst thing what you have, ego. It smells so badly. You don't have to surrender the jewel within you. You are that. The most precious thing. Surrender of ego, the fake thing in us, is so easy. It's very easy if you understand it. Surrenders become so easy. Surrender to the God within you. Surrender to your true self. Surrender to stay as pure awareness whatever happens to you. When I say whatever happens to you is to the body mind you're attached. You stay as pure awareness. Take the challenge of your mind, the person in you. And give a good fight to the ego, to the mind. And in this fight, you're not allowed to speak or react. You have to keep quiet. All the talk comes from the mind. All emotions and storms comes from the mind. You just stay like a mountain. in your own silence. In Hindi there is a proverb, एक चुप 100 को हराता है, which means one silence defeats 100. But I'll tell you, one silence will defeat your ego. At the end, you will be the winner. And this fight can go for few minutes to few years. If you stay as silence, your victory is sure. Don't react. Keep quiet. It becomes very, very easy if you surrender at the start. As soon as you surrender to the awareness, the ego becomes so humble, so frail, so soft, that hardly any thoughts are left. And then you stay as your pure silence. And few thoughts here and there and few emotional upheavals will soon die. So surrender is the most powerful tool. Another powerful tool you have is love. Love for the God within. That love will also melt away your ego. Love it so much. Whichever God you love, or a deity, or even a formless God, remember that is within your heart. That is your true self. Love that formless God, and that will melt your ego. Surrender and love will make your path very, very easy. And then paying attention to awareness will become so easy. As there will be hardly any resistance from the mind. And sooner you will find you don't have to pay attention to the awareness. You stay as awareness all the time. In dream, in deep sleep, and being awake. that love for God within will turn you into love itself. You as pure awareness is the embodiment of love and compassion and forgiveness. Everlasting, endless fountain of joy within you. Always in this bliss of self. This wine is so strong that no wine can take over it. And this wine has no hangover. And you can keep drinking as much as you want. Who wants sensual enjoyment, indulgence, and pleasure outside? When you touch this ocean of bliss, who is interested in sex? Who is attracted to outside world? All the outside pleasures are momentary, followed by pain, always. This is always bliss within. This is the guarantee of nothingness. Nothingness will give you which nothing in the material world can give you, everlasting. All the unhappiness and suffering we were gathering was because of our concepts and notions coming from the mind. When you drop the mind, you discover the ocean of bliss and dive deep into this ocean of bliss and never come out as a wave. Keep going deeper and deeper. Whom would you report all this stuff? But you can confirm what Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi was doing when he was sitting and the body was being eaten by insects. Even later he could sit and just stare outside, but actually he was inside. With eyes open, he was looking within. So is the beauty of this bliss. These times of social isolation are bliss for all of us to go deep within. and keep going deeper and deeper. Silence and more silence. Happiness without any reason. With no luggage of the body and mind. You are empty. Empty of everything, not even a space. Just a void. You are alone in this whole world. Rest of everything is just an image. You are the substrata on which all these images are moving. And this is the real truth. Even if you know this for 1 second, how can you forget? It's a one-way ticket. If you have surrendered to Bhagavan, it is like you have put your head into the jaws of Arunachala. You will be eaten away completely and left as nothingness. Eternal bliss and peace. Self-inquiry alone is a useless task. It's really dry and boring. Add the spices of surrender and love. Make your journey enjoyable. Sing in His praise. Love Him. Feel His presence. And be happy that you are Him. When you sing His glory, you are singing your own glory. No difference between father and son. Stay in your own silence. Silence of this emptiness. Another test of complete surrender is that you might object to things the way they are happening, but internally you know that this is the way you have to act. But whatever is happening is the perfect way it has to happen. If this is what the way you think inside, then you have understood the meaning of surrender. The purpose of life is to know your true self before you leave this body. Death of the ego while living in the body is complete death and complete freedom. If you leave this body with your ego, with your mind, you are in bondage. You have an account to be settled in next birth. So keep your account balance zero. Let others have accounts against you. Who cares? It's not going to affect you. After many years of enlightenment, Buddha used to pray every morning to forgive him for the wrongdoings he has done to others. And one of his disciples asked him why he pray like this. He has not harmed even an insect. And Buddha said, I remember when I used to have an ego. Even when others have not done anything wrong to me, I used to feel jealous, hate them, and sometimes even I used to tell them, your act has irritated me. And the other person has no intention to irritate me or to cause me suffering. And I still remember those days. And so, irrespective what I do, people can still hate me, dislike me, suffer because of me. And so I pray like this. Keep your accounts on zero. You can pray like Buddha every day, or you can just say sorry to everyone you think might have suffered because of you unknowingly, knowingly or unknowingly. You in your heart should know that you are uninvolved and you are pure awareness. Even if you have not done anything wrong, you can still say sorry to everyone and keep your account balance zero. This is the true egolessness, complete surrender, an infinite love for all the beings. It all comes from this nothingness. Stay in your pure silence, where the mind can never enter. Emotions can't touch, and you have no story. You are this eternal self, unborn, untainted, ever fresh, innocent, like a child, full of love and bliss, always contented and satisfied. Happy in your own company. There is no boredom here, no anxiety to do next thing, no regrets from the past or worries about the future. There is no past, no future, and not even present as part of any story. Whatever happens, whatever occurs is ever fresh, new, divine. The whole life is divine. And it's in all its perfection. And if someone gives you a choice to change, you don't want to change anything, because you now know everything is perfect. And remember, only in these circumstances you can find the self. these are the most conducive arrangements in your life and everyone's life to reach the self. This is the mercy of God, His compassion on all of us. We just need wisdom and understanding to know this. Rather complaining, rather whinging, and thinking that this type of life is not conducive to know the self. Whatever are our circumstances, whatever we are undergoing through, suffering or joy, this is the way to reach God. And when you understand this, you can surrender completely. And when you understand this, you develop love for this God within. And then you can stay like pure awareness, unmoving, uninvolved. Om Shanti Shanti.